sign it visually. But this semester in the field, there's two experiences that were pretty awesome for me. Everybody keeps talking about Miss Trail. That lady is awesome. I told her after her speak that I want to be her. I pretty much told her that I want to be just like her. She showed me a lot of great things in her speak with us, and I want to grow in my technology, and I encourage everybody in this class to do the same, because students love it. We owe it to them to bring it into our classrooms, to make it exciting for them. That's just sort of my spiel on that, and I'll definitely keep using Prezi forever and all of it.
So the observation was specifically the team. It's kind of the assessment for teachers, and it really should be seen as a formative assessment. This is the Tennessee Educator Acceleration Model is about principals and teachers working together to ensure the best possible instruction every day. Through frequent observations, constructive feedback, student data, and professional development, team is designed to support all educators in doing their best work to help every student learn and grow. I think the most important part of that is to support all educators. We're not all perfect, like William was saying. It's for really the constructive feedback. And we're really trying to help the students learn and grow. It should be about the students, not really about, you go into the classroom and you're worried about what the principal is going to say about you, because we're really here for the student. So you're trying to grow and you're trying to be better. So like I was saying, principal's not in there with the pipe and the stash, and it's about you. They're really there just for the constructive feedback, because we all have things we need to work on. I know I need to work on technology. I'm the worst at it, but it's stuff like that I need to work on and bring into my classroom for the student. And then this is how we're evaluated, and this is for teachers and tested subjects. You have the observations that are 45%, and most of the time it's 50% because it's a student opinion. They're trying to work that in now as far as on a different scale. It's kind of like how much time, or you wasted a lot of time in your class, and they'll say strongly agree. It's on that kind of scale. And under the observations, we've all seen the rubric with the planning, the instruction part, and then the environment. It's kind of your classroom environment, but also having a strong positive environment. We read in one PBL about a teacher who had all fives, but still got fired because they were rude to a kid, and they had that bad vibes. And then we have the student growth. That's 35%, and that's going to be from the TVOS scores. And then student achievement is 15%. That usually comes with it's kind of a agreement between the educator and the principals to work out what that's going to be. Sometimes it's EOC scores, sometimes it's like other TVOS, and then I'll talk about the student opinion. And then, like I said, and then when you come together in the meeting, the feedback should be real positive, and they're going to say an area of refinement and then an area of reinforcement. So it's not all just bashing you, saying how terrible of a teacher you are, but it's really for improvement.
All right, so PLCs and SMART goals. SMART goals are basically goals that are designed to be specific, manageable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Basically for PLC, they have organized it into 4 steps. It's plan, do, check, and assess. No, it's not. Plan, do, check, and act. It was very close, though. Basically, the planning is where you just analyze it all and analyze and define the goal. You do is to figure out your school's action plan, and in the PLC, it's very important on that part because you're talking to all your other fields and you're deciding it for your school. And then checking is just deciding the timeline and making sure you're all on point with each other and the goal. And the act is just to make sure you're, to the enrichment plan. It's pretty straightforward. So, but I'm glad that I was able to speak it out to you guys all lovely language.
Stand up again.
Well, grants and funding, okay. Who all here, by raising hands, feels very, what's the word? Feels like they have the money to pull that technology in and all the resources. Come on, raise your hand with your field. Come on, anybody? No? Well, does anybody have any ideas how they're gonna pull that money in to really help their students grow? That too, you can beg. Grant writing is kind of begging, but educational is basically, and I found some great grants as well, but grants are basically, you write to some kind of foundation and you beg educationally, use your academic language, and you ask for money and you state why you need it and how their money is going to help students grow, and how it's just, you need it more than her. And, I listed a couple of grants up on here, and just to show you guys that, you all know Google, you can all type it in, you'll find grants, but these actually really touch on some really good ones. Grants Government and Grants Gopher, I think it's the last one, Grant Gopher, is you can actually find grants with whichever state you're in. So if you're like in Alabama, you can find grants to match up in Alabama, or Tennessee, I guess. Tennessee would be the key state we'd be looking at, but just saying. And then Lowe's Toolbox for Education, I believe, is a community, so it's for any field, just as long as you're trying to do the community project. And that would be grant begging, academically English. Donations is another begging form for parents. You just ask, be like, I really need these supplies. Anyway, a lot of parents don't have time for their students. It's sad, or their kids, but they really want their kids to succeed, and they would more than love to, just donate anything, like any supplies they could pull together. I have this placement teacher on Monday at Overall Creek, and one parent has donated a whole bunch of letters. They're like this big, and we're not really sure what they're for. I don't know, like maybe just, on those little signs to put like donate, like donuts come here or whatever. Maybe someone stole them, I don't know. But there's not a lot of letters. There's only mainly like W's and M's. But they've donated them. And yeah, it's art. We can use anything. And basically, you just ask. You ask the community, you go to some local businesses and be like, hey, I think you could get more business if you showed that you really cared about our school and students. So, also, I found these cool websites, Donors Choose and ClassWish, and the National Teacher Registry. A lot of them are set up just like a baby or wedding registry. You write down like what you want, and anybody can be like, oh hey, that looks really cool, and this is going to be my good deed of the year. I'm going to donate these pencils to this teacher, or I decide I'm going to put this much money into this, subject, whatever. And it's like open across the nations, a lot of them. So these are really good to check out. Oh yeah, I wrote that budget thing. Tennessee schools, we're all basing on the basic education plan, and it's very set up, I think, by class attendance to make sure your students are coming to your class. And that's kind of boring, so I'm not really going to hit on that. But going back to how to bring in the money, because my mother's an economics major, so I'm really still on that.
Police officer.
It's on hold right now.
Police officer.
We can edit that out.
You can't see it, but my toes tap it. Yeah, that's it, I guess,
No,
because
it was an accident, I didn't mean to cut that.
I'm basically done. Just grant and writing and donations. Just ask and ye shall receive, hopefully.
All right.
Yes.
Time management. I think this is the last one. All right. So who of you has learned something about their personal time management skills from Residency 1? Show of thumbs. Good or bad? I think we've all learned a lot about time management this semester. And it's not just like organizing your time and your plans, because you have no idea what's going to happen during your school day, like fire drills. I was in a 3rd grade classroom and a kid's tooth fell out. Like, there are all these different factors that go into your day, and you can plan as much as you want, but you're going to have to be flexible and you're going to have to prioritize. And like Amber said, consider your physical and mental health as well. When I was in a kindergarten class, they had this thing called a shake break. So like every so often they would stop and play this song and get up and like jump around and dance. And I thought, like, high schoolers need this. I need this. I could use a shake break right now. I'm going to be honest. I did it. So last but not least, we have some reminders on time management skills. You can shake break if you want.
So that completes our puzzle. This puzzle represents everything that we've researched as a group this semester, and it's made us better people. And we're sad Jill isn't here, but she's definitely a part of what this puzzle creates. Definitely as part of it as anybody. And the picture put it into that. That was supposed to go right over it. She missed picture day, so we had to get
So that's the funny part is that we, obviously we didn't know. Then she had left class early, so we wanted these pictures after class, and we just happened to do that. And then
She's not here, so thanks, Junior.